Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams, and welcome to Surviving Romance. That's right, the series dedicated to my wife. It's all about romance, and tonight is going to be no exception to the rule. All right, tonight what I'll be doing is probably the easiest dinner you're ever going to see, the easiest dinner for two. Okay? So we're talking, it doesn't get much easier than this. I'm going to walk you through all the steps. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And in the end, Princess Faye will be coming home to a nice dinner. Okay? So, without further ado, I'm gonna kind of do a little work and kind of speed the process. Yeah, screw it. We'll wait a minute. We'll let everyone come in, and the first 10 minutes we usually chill out, Wang Chung, kind of BS with each other and that sort of thing. This will be no exception. We're running out my watch time, but we're going to go over some things but a good part of this is also going to be spent kind of going over some things you might need to know for that dinner for two. And we're talking things that some people kind of take for granted. Okay. And again, if you enjoy this sort of thing, be sure to smash the like button, leave a positive comment if you're watching the playback, all that good stuff. So there's going to be a lot of ground to cover in this particular video. And again, we're going to do a review on pastas and things like that. Basically, I've done all the footwork. All you got to do is kick back, relax, and enjoy the live stream. And of course, I will do my best to answer your questions along the way to the best of my ability. So that's kind of what to expect from there. Now, in this particular live stream, we're definitely going to be using some spaghetti, and it's not going to be used the way that we Americans normally do. We've done this kind of before, but I'm going to basically walk you through kind of like the easiest way for dinner for two. It's going to be a pasta dinner, but again, it's not going to get much easier than this. I got the coffee perking for myself, and of course, while I'm waiting for the coffee to finish perking, A&W root beer for this guy right here. Hashtag not sponsored. All right. So, kind of a heads up, the weather is absolutely rough outside. I mean, it's beautiful in my opinion, but it's raining cats and dogs outside. Almost stepped in a poodle. No, I'm kidding. So, what's going on, Queen Bee? What is going on? I am going to make the easiest made dinner for two. Okay. And let me tell you guys, well, I'm going to wait till about the 10-minute marker, and I'm going to explain the inspiration behind this particular live stream. And it'll start making sense once I talk about it a little bit. Okay. And we're talking, this is one of those things that, I mean, honestly and truthfully, it doesn't get much easier than this. It really doesn't. Okay. It's one of those things that's as easy as falling off a log for anybody. Okay. And, we're going to have some fun. We are going to have some fun. I promise you that if by the end of this live stream, there isn't women screaming bloody murder, I want this, then I have done this wrong. Okay, then I have done this wrong. But y'all know I'm a good cook, so it shouldn't be that hard. Love my root beer. I'm telling you, I love root beer. Grab your favorite soda, your favorite drink of choice. It's going to be an exciting stream. Okay, so again, we're kind of chilling out, and for the first 10 minutes, which we're almost at 5 minutes right now, we may start a little early because I got a funny feeling that a lot of people will be kind of coming in a little late because we did live stream earlier and that sort of thing. I'm also going to leave it up to the moderators to handle any troll issues as usual. I'm not going to pay attention. I've got things to do here. We got lots to do here. So he can go and take a hike, take a walk, something. I'm busy, right? Okay. So the first part of this, again, we basically, before the live stream, I gathered up everything that I was going to need, including crushing up and cutting up some garlic. I got, basically we're set to go there. Had a lot of stuff before we go live. A lot of stuff usually does happen off of camera. One of these times I might actually have to turn the camera on and show you guys the prep work, because a lot of prep work goes into these live streams, especially the cooking live streams. Oh my gosh. The cooking live streams, there is a lot that's involved with each one of those. Like if I need a visual aid or something like that, if I say, well, grab a pound of pot, if I say, spaghetti and blah, 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 and I don't use it in there, well, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, we all know what spaghetti is, but it helps the learning process if there's a visual aid. So one of the reasons why and so a lot of things happen off camera, so that was a lot of what was done. Princess Faye is at work right now, but she also knows full well when she gets home, she'll have dinner waiting for her. All right, so that's kind of what's going on. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so as I said, first 10 minutes, we kind of chill out Wang Chung. And, like I said, we're probably going to start a little early. I kind of suspected that I might see more people file in pretty quickly. When I said easiest dinner ever, when I started mentioning that I was going to do this, a few people, I think everyone's kind of busy right now. It's Monday. Now tomorrow we will not be streaming. Normally on Mondays we don't stream, but in conjunction with Ian's usual Fortnite Tuesdays, I figured it might be easier if I switched my day off to Tuesdays. So that is why we are going live today. Okay. Try to make it a little bit easier for everybody so I don't run into anyone in live streams, so you all can get your time too, because you guys deserve it too. A lot of you have been working your butts off on your YouTube channels. Okay. Since I know I'm going to be doing a lot of explaining of stuff, let us get underway. The first thing that I need to bring to everybody's attention, and I say everybody because I know there's going to be some people watching the playback, is please note I have an 8-quart stock pot right here, okay? Normally and we're going to be using a pound of spaghetti. More on this in a moment, but when we're talking spaghetti, you need an 8-quart stock pot. The reason why is here in the United States, I see a lot of people do this, and it always upsets me, especially considering that I have spent a little bit of time learning how to work with pasta. Now, it does not matter what type of spaghetti you're talking about, whole grain or, the different types that are out there. One of the things that upsets me is people will take and snap that spaghetti and then they'll throw it in the pot. If this was Italy and they seen you do that, they would lose it. They would snap. Okay, they would snap just like the spaghetti. You do not do that. You don't want to do that. Spaghetti is supposed to be, it's this size for a reason. Okay, that is how it is supposed to be cooked. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So you do not want with spaghetti to use something like this. And that is a thing here in the United States that we're really, really bad about that. Okay. We do pastas wrong here in the United States. So please do not snap your spaghetti and then throw it into, into a pot like this. Please don't do that. It's just, no. Why would you do that? Okay. I know some people do that. Please don't do that. Okay. If you watch this, you know better. All right. Now, the next part of this is, again, we're going to be using spaghetti. And then please note, at no point are you going to see big jars of bright red tomato sauce, okay? Yes, Italy does use tomato sauces. They've got some amazing sauces over there. But if you pour, them big red tomato sauces all over spaghetti like this, they lose it because that's not what it's designed for. Spaghetti. What's going on, Mike G? Spaghetti, the tomato sauces I'm talking about would be best suited on something like this. Rotini noodles, because the spirals the tomato sauce can get down inside the spirals, and that's what this is designed for. Or you could easily mix that tomato sauce with some cooked, or like this is ziti, or the you guys, or your two pastas like this, like ziti. I'm doing fantastic. We're going to do a cooking episode. Easiest cooking episode you're ever going to see. It's not going to get much easier than this. So those tomato sauces would be better suited for something like this. You mix it up, and you can easily put in and say something like a casserole dish of some sort. Pop it in the oven for a little while. Amazing. Parmesan cheese on top. You guys get the idea, okay? So something like that. Your tomato sauces are perfect for stuff like this, okay? Rotini or cut ziti. You guys get the idea. So in Italy, if you pour that same tomato sauce over this, they would lose it. And I think that was just kind of an Americanized sort of thing. She's doing good. She's at work right now. Just she's probably going to be home here in a little while, probably towards the tail end of this stream, I'm thinking. So I'll be glad when she gets home. That's what this is for. It's dinner for two. Okay. So now that I've talked about that, again, there's really, we only keep two different types of pasta here, unless you're talking like egg noodles or even like or ramen. But typically for your Italian style pastas, and please know how I said that, durum wheat, which is traditional, and of course whole wheat. And this particular whole wheat spaghetti, believe it or not, over at my local grocery mart at Country Mart, you can get this for $1. $1, okay? So if you look around long enough and hard enough, you can find those sweet deals on some different pastas. So keep that in mind. Just look around. You never know what you're going to find. And of course, we keep regular durum wheat pasta here, spaghetti here as well. So either one, perfectly fine. Okay, depends on your flavor. Princess Faye does like the whole wheat spaghetti a little bit more than the durum wheat, so that's why we're running that. Next up, we will need a sauce. And our sauce is going to be very simple. Extra virgin olive oil. Okay, now you can get this reasonably cheap depending on where you're at. This is something I definitely recommend not skimping on. Get a good quality source. And one of the first things that I automatically look for when getting extra virgin olive oil, I know this is going to sound weird, but I look for a dark colored bottle. Okay, I know, or something in a that no light can get to. Extra virgin olive oil kept in the dark in a cool place, not necessarily cold, but in a cool place. What that does is it prevents it from going bad. Extra virgin olive oil is very sensitive stuff. You don't add high heat to it, and you definitely don't want to leave it open to light for very long. It breaks down, gets funky flavored. So good, decent quality extra virgin olive oil should always come in a dark colored bottle, okay, or in some sort of sealable container that no light can really get through. That's why it's done that way, okay. It breaks down too easy, okay? And why would you want to add high heat to something like this? Because you want it for that subtle fruity flavor, okay? You don't want to, that's why it's perfect in salad dressings and dips and things like that. It's perfect for that, 100%. All right, along with that, the next ingredient that you're going to need for doing any type of pasta like this is you're going to need salt, okay? And you want to season the water before it comes to a full-on rolling boil, and then put the pasta in. Do not wait until the pasta is done, because then the salt just bounces right off. Completely a waste of time at that point. Okay, so make sure that you do the salt during the cooking process. The only time you're really going to get to be able to season this. Okay. Now, while I'm also yapping, I am not going to waste around and just kind of sit here and talk this to death. I'm going to go ahead and start my pot of water to get up to a boil, which is where you need this. Now, real quick, it is recommended when doing spaghetti to have at least a gallon of water. Okay, which brings to back to the the 8-quart stock pot that I mentioned earlier in the string. Okay, so when doing spaghetti, it has to go down in there, and you want to be able to push it down inside the water and cook it properly. All right, now along with this, you're also going to need a tight fitting lid for your 8-quart stock pot, and you're going to need a colander of some sort and a retrieving dish as well. Okay, and I like glass because it will hold on to heat. It basically insulates extremely well, so it'll hold on to heat for a little while, and the food won't get cold so quick. So you can take your time then. So these are some things that you're going to need. Now, spring-loaded tongs or a pasta spoon. Okay, that's what this is for. Okay, is for doing pastas. So, okay. Now I've mentioned salt. There you go. There you go. That's what's up. Starting a PC game. That's personal computer. Nah. Yeah, you guys get it. All right. But instead of, now real quick, we keep about, I would say, 3 different types of salt here at HQ. All right. The first type is just plain old ordinary kosher salt. Now, kosher salt, they do use it for koshering. One of the things I like about it is the flakes are a little bit bigger, and there's not a whole lot in the way of iodine. You got OBS working? There you go. You're pretty smart, Mike. I think you pretty well, you know what you're doing. You're pretty doggone smart. All righty. He is. He's really smart. Don't let him. He might try to fool us every now and again, but he hasn't fooled me. I know how smart he is. Okay. But I like kosher salt because it doesn't have a whole lot in the way of iodine. I mean, it does have anti-clumping agents and things like that, but the flakes are also bigger, easier to control for me. Okay, and to be honest with you, regular table salt has this nasty habit. Whenever I have too much, just enough of it, my heart starts doing this. We don't want that. Okay, so, but we won't be using kosher salt for this. Another one that we do keep around is Hawaiian black salt. This is amazing stuff. You'll note that, again, you're dealing with basically a mineral salt, more or less. And you could grind this in, amazing flavor. You could definitely tell we've used a lot of it, and this is one of Princess Faye's absolute favorites. Now, out of mineral salts, the most common of them is the pink Himalayan salt. Now, the pink Himalayan salt is wonderful because it has a nice mineral flavor to it, and it is reasonably priced. As a matter of fact, we got this at our local Dollar Tree. Okay, so if that's any indication how common this is, you can get this size of a bag of pink Himalayan salt for next to nothing. Okay, so that's impressive by any standard. Okay, this is a good mineral salt. Definitely recommend it. All right, and then finally, for our ingredients list, if you will. So we're really only going to need 4 ingredients to start with. Garlic, 4 cloves, chopped up, crushed. Well, crushed, then chopped up, and you'll see where this plays in shortly, okay? Now, currently right now, like I said, we are waiting for our water to get up to a boil, which that does take a little while. It does take a little while. But we'll keep a close eye on it. Now, again, there are other toppings that will go with all of this, but we'll get to we'll go ahead and get to those now, kind of give you an idea. Now this isn't the easiest dinner for 2 that you're going to get. All right. You can go with freshly ground black pepper. Again, we got this at our local Dollar Tree. Okay. You could go with imitation bacon bits. Perfectly fine. Stick to exactly what you're working on very easily. And again, local Dollar Tree. You're beginning to notice how easy this is to get all of these things. Now, right here, we've got some dried parsley, or you can even go with dried cilantro. Either one, any one of these things that I've mentioned, perfectly fine. Or you could get the real, or what I like to call imitation, Parmesan cheese. Perfectly fine. How's watch time? We're creeping up on 3,000. I'll have to look closer here in a bit, but we're getting close to 3,000. So again, this is something that anybody could do. Anybody could do this, okay? So and there's even a laundry list of things that you could put on this. But if you stick to what we're doing right here, toppings, no problem whatsoever. Okay, and again, so basically the technically 5 main ingredients for this particular pasta dish. Well, it all depends on what happens, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, all right? You guys handle it, all right? Handle my light work, if you will. All righty. So 4 main ingredients right now, currently, is what we'll be using. Technically 5, if you want to get technical. We've got our whole grain pasta. We've got our garlic, chopped, crushed, not in that order. We've got our pink Himalayan salt. We've got extra virgin olive oil and water. That's an important one. A lot of people tend to forget. If your water tastes like the city pool, do yourself a favor. Use bottled water, but stay clear of distilled. It's just too squeaky clean. Okay? Mineral or, just spring water or something like that will work just fine. Or even better yet, for those of you who want to try to stay green in this day and age, even as difficult as that is right now, do yourself a favor, okay? Get yourself one of those jugs. It's got the filter system in it. Technically, I guess it depends on how you look at it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting 6. Anyhow, again, that's just, you trying to mess me up here. All righty. So those are our ingredients. Currently, right now, well, I guess if you count heat, that's an ingredient, I guess. Without heat, you can't cook, right? So currently right now, we've got this thing as high as it'll go because it's a lot of water to heat up, So I don't know if you'll fit in the pot, Ian. I don't think you'll fit in the pot. No, you won't fit. You're probably too dang tall. All right, we're starting to see some bubbles break. We want a nice rolling boil. Now, when I get to that point, we're going to back it off a little bit because once this goes in, pretty much from there, it's a matter of you got to watch it, or otherwise you get boil over. Okay, boil over is not cool. Now, again, when we're talking spaghetti, 5'4"? Oh shoot. Well, I used to be 5'10", but after a few back injuries, I'm not quite that tall anymore. I'm actually about 5'9" now, but I used to be about 5'10", but after a few back injuries, shrunk down just a smidge. You're built like it. I believe it. I believe that. So, again, we did talk about extra virgin olive oil earlier in the stream. Don't get excited, Ian. Sorry, I couldn't help that. And again, you can get reasonably priced sources, but don't skimp on this one. I know in the past we have done this, and it's fine if you're that broke. Okay, you can use classic olive oil. It's just not going to be as good. Okay, you can use classic olive oil though. You can use this in place of this. Okay, the extra virgin olive oil. You can use this in place of this if you're broke, but you cannot use this in place of this. Okay, and if I lost you there for a second, all right. Again, what I was talking about earlier in the stream was this has a low smoke point. Basically, when you start getting the heat get when the temperature on the heat starts going up, this will eventually start breaking down. It'll get smoky, and it just has a very nasty taste. I know some people put this on pizza, but again, I wouldn't. Okay, I would use this instead, because why in the world? I mean, you use this for salad dressings, for dips, and things like that, and you want it there for its subtle fruity flavors. Okay, that's what you want this for. So why would you add heat to it? This has a low smoke point. This does not. This is regular, classic, or cold pressed olive oil. Okay, and this is perfect for cooking. You can add heat to it. What am I making? The easiest spaghetti dinner you're ever going to have. The easiest spaghetti dinner you're ever going to have. Okay? Quick review. Again, we will be using whole wheat spaghetti. Okay? This is as easy as it gets. All right? Promise. Whole wheat spaghetti. You can use Durham wheat if you like, but Princess Faye likes the whole wheat more than the Durham wheat. Hey, I'm flexible. So we will not be using heavy spaghetti sauces. I know that's a typical thing here in the United States. We just dump the tomato sauce all over, and that just, if you did that in Italy, they'd snap. Okay, so don't do that. All right, let's put that back. Now, again, if you wanted the big, heavy spaghetti sauces, the pastas that are better suited for it are like the tube-shaped pastas like this, just like that. And this is cut ziti. I keep that on hand. Or the rotinis. Okay, perfect for heavy sauces. Perfect for it. Okay? So again, this is going to be an easy-made spaghetti dish. Really, all we need is water, the spaghetti, salt, a little bit of garlic, and tube-shaped pastas are your favorite. I don't blame you. Perfect. As a matter of fact, one of my favorites to make. Penne rigattas or cut ziti make my absolutely are wonderful for making my 18th century style macaroni and cheese. We may have to do that sometime. If you guys want that, you better start screaming for it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay? Yeah, we'll do that one. I love doing that one, but you got the leftovers are horrible though, so you got to eat it all. All right, you got to eat it all. You can't do leftovers with that. It tastes nasty. Anyhow, so tight fitting lid, absolute must. Again, you're also going to need a colander and a bowl of some sort. Wood is fine. Glass is okay. You can use metal. I wouldn't recommend it though. The heat will be sapped out of it too quick. So metal's a great conductor of temperatures, and the heat will be sapped out of it. You want to see an 18th century style macaroni and cheese? I would love to do an 18th century style macaroni and cheese for you guys. What's going on, Jamie? For those that do not know, Let's Talk About It with Jamie is an absolute wonderful friend of the Prince Magnum channel, along with so many of you here in this live stream. So Miss Jamie was actually part of last year's great expansion for the Prince Magnum channel. At the beginning of last year, we started off at about 350 supporters. And here we are now, we're creeping up on 1,060. Okay. So that's a big jump, from last year to now. Okay. And Jamie was actually part of that huge expansion. And let me tell y'all right now, she shouted me out. And, if it hadn't been for her, I don't know how far we would have came, but we wouldn't be right where we're at now without people like all of you in here right now. So many of you are just absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. So, all right. Again, let's cover the bases. Hey, what's going on? Miss Kelly, the coffee queen. I've got coffee perking right now. Okay, let's cover our bases. All right. While so many of you are now joining us, again, we've got an 8-quart stock pot for boiling water, which is taking forever. But while I'm at it, we're going to start adding as the temperature of the water starts coming up. Yeah, we have so many wonderful, wonderful people in here. And again, this is the easiest, I promise you, the easiest dinner for two you're ever going to see. Okay, it doesn't get much easier than what you're about to see unless you order out, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. What's going on, Simon? Welcome to the live. Okay, we've got some pink Himalayan salt. We're going to start adding this to our pot of almost boiling water, 8-quart stock pot. Don't panic. I know how much I'm putting in here. Okay, we want to get it to, kind of extra salty. I understand. Okay, again, this is pink Himalayan salt, and you can do this pretty well on the cheap. Okay, you could do this pretty well on the cheap. It's not that difficult. Okay, we actually got the pink Himalayan salt from Dollar Tree. Okay, for $1, we got the whole grain pasta. The only thing I'll tell you not to skimp on is the extra virgin olive oil. Okay, now, real quick. The extra virgin olive oil, well, you'll see soon enough, okay? And, of course, garlic, the real stuff, please. In my area, they are. In my area, they are, okay? So, also, heads up, if the live stream crashes, that means the power went out. Where we're at right now, the weather has been very frightful, I guess you could say. It's the first part of the pressing process for, when they start making this into an olive oil. It's the very first part of it, okay? And it's known for its subtle, fruity flavors. Absolutely, you don't want to add heat to it, okay? You don't want to add high heat to it. It tastes nasty that way, so don't do it. Lid up. Wait a few more minutes, and then we should be ready to rock and roll, okay? Now, we'll move the camera around so y'all can kind of see better what I'm working on. If you're using an iPad or any sort of, personal tablet, or you're using... Hey, what's going on, Alan? My goodness. All right. What was it? I would love to have a Dollar Tree showdown with all of you Sonnies out there. All right, since we got so many Sonnies here in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I challenge you guys, okay? I want a Sonny showdown with Dollar Tree, okay? I'm telling you, we could do this. It'd be so much fun. The challenge is on. $10 or less, or $5 or less. You guys name that the top dollar value. I'm in. Okay, we're gonna have some fun. That's right, Sonny's Cola. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Again, we will not be using heavy tomato sauces for this. About as hot as it's gonna get. All right. Again, please note, I will not be just snapping this stuff and dumping it into the... Don't do that, okay? It's made this long to begin with. What the frick? I know Americans that do that. They just... Now that I know about pastas, it's like, no! Spent a lot of time learning. That's what's up. So... One time make sure you do this over the pot, or you can end up doing exactly what I did one day. I was actually, I I was filming. I was doing some filming and was getting ready to work with pasta. And as I opened up the bag, I went to dump it out my hand. It missed my hand. What's going on, Heather Hernandez? But what you're supposed to do is drop it in and fan it out. Drop it in and fan it out. Now, as this heats up a little bit, you'll be able to push this down inside the pot. Now, again, spring-loaded tongs are preferred in this case, but a pasta spoon or slotted spoon just like this is totally fine. So for those of you guys out there that are doing this dinner for two, okay, you don't need a whole lot in the way of equipment. You just need a stove, 8-quart stock pot, a colander, and a retrieval bowl of some sort. That is really all you need. Anything more than that, and you're putting too much thought into it, okay? This is as easy as it gets. And the reason why you want such a big pot for this type of spaghetti is pasta has to have a little bit of room to move, okay? It has to have a little bit of room to move around so it doesn't clump up and stick together, okay? So that is just... Yes, we have a lot of Sunnies in here right now. Again, this is a dinner for two. Princess Faye, when she gets home, I want her to be able to sit down and have a nice, wonderful meal without any questions, no guesswork, no nothing. All she's got to do is come home and relax. Okay? Just come home and relax. That's all I want her to do. So, lid up, okay? But do not wander far, or this could boil over, okay? This could easily boil over. This much water all over the place, big giant mess. So don't do that to yourself. And especially with salt dissolved in it, yeah, nothing like a salt lick all over your stove. Now, real quick, while I'm also talking about this, I know this is about the time that some other cooks out there will add oil to the top of this. Bad idea, okay? And let me explain why. Number one, it does not stick to the pasta in this case, okay? What are we doing? I am going to make the easiest spaghetti dinner you're ever going to see. And this is the perfect spaghetti dinner for anyone. Well, this is the perfect dinner for anyone wanting to do the dinner for two for their, for their sweetheart. The easiest as it gets, okay? Kind of like a beginner's sort of thing, okay? You don't get any easier than this, I promise. And if there's one thing that sometimes I can overcomplicate things, but going back to simple, easy cooking sometimes is the best way to do it. You're not going to get any easier than this. So again, we've got pasta in the water. Now, again, if you like durum wheat pastas, perfectly fine. But Princess Faye does like the whole wheat spaghetti. That's why we went with it. Totally fine. It's up to you. Okay. But again, I'm also going to touch base on this again. Again, notice that I do not have any big, heavy red tomato sauce for the spaghetti. That's a common thing that we do here in the United States. If we did that over in Italy, they would lose it. Okay. Those sauces are better suited for your rotini noodles. I would say that counts as dinner for two. Okay. I would say that counts as dinner for two. And surviving romance, brother. I don't think outside that box. Or your heavy red tomato sauces are also perfect for these particular type of noodles. Your tube-shaped noodles like Cutzitti or penne regattas. Perfectly wonderful for that. And again, I also got challenged to do my 18th century style macaroni and cheese. Absolutely wonderful. Leftovers are horrible though. But I've been asked to do it, so I'm gonna have to do my 18th century style, macaroni and cheese. Wonderful stuff. Yes, Queen Bee, I heard you loud and clear on that. Even though you were talking in the chat and I can only read it. I heard you loud and clear. All right, we're gonna check our pasta. Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful. It's already, everything's moving down like it's supposed to. What was that you honoring, cuz? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, don't give me that, Ian. Don't give me that. I know, I can tell you right now, Miss Pinky would love it. That's right. Okay. So, currently, right now, like I said, we're waiting for our pasta to get to absolute perfection. There you go. See? There's a silver lining in every cloud. All right. My coffee is done. Let me grab my coffee cup. One of them that Princess Faye got me. I got a wonderful wife. She gets me these really cool coffee cups. Absolutely wonderful. I love them. She knows what I like. And yeah. And again, this is an easy dinner for two, okay? All right, over here again, we're just waiting for this to come to a nice boil. Well, stay at a nice boil. All right? When this is all said and done with, I promise you that I've actually mentioned this in other live streams. I started talking about it. What it boiled down to, no pun intended, what it boiled down to was there was someone who was talking about in a friend's live stream. They were talking about how there was this woman that they were attracted to. They wanted to, they didn't have a whole lot in the way of money, but wanted to do something special for them. I said, "Did you ever ask him out on a date?" "Well, I haven't got that kind of money." I said, "I didn't say take him anywhere." I put in there, I said, "Have you considered doing a dinner for two and you make it yourself at home?" "I hadn't thought of that. What would you recommend?" And so take some spaghetti noodles, cook them up perfectly al dente, okay? Then drain them out. Don't bother to rinse. Coat them with extra virgin olive oil, add in some crushed garlic, and then sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese and maybe some black pepper. Park that next to, if you're able to drink, park that right next to, a glass of red wine for each of you with a couple of lit candles, and that is as easy as it gets. What's going on, Mike D? So that is, so I was describing that, and I'm like, maybe I just need to flat do it and show you guys. So that is exactly what's happening right in here, okay? So this is going to be that dinner, that dinner that I talked about. And the toppings are pretty well optional. Just don't do what everybody else does, We might have to do that homemade spaghetti sauce again. Well, that homemade pasta sauce that I do sometime again here in the future. We'll do it again. And we've done it before. We could do it again. Oh, yes, we can do it again. Oh, I know TFC Gaming I know he loves taking care of you. And again, if you can work on a vehicle, you know how to cook. If you can work on a vehicle, you know how to cook. Because a lot of the same knowledge actually will cross-reference each other. Don't give me that crap. Ooh. Now, this is the time that you definitely don't want to walk away. If you're full screen right now, you'll notice a nice rolling boil. Please do not walk away. It is very dangerous if you do. So much so that I'm even going to back off the heat just a little bit, okay? And again, you'll notice the pasta is actually getting exactly where I want it to. Now, is it there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We want just a little bit of springiness, okay? Give it a taste, okay? Where's it at? Okay. We're cruising in slowly to where I want it, okay? But don't rush things, okay? Take a little bit of time. Remember, there's salt in there. You want that salt to get into the pasta. Don't slow down, Well, technicalities. How's that? All right. So again, keep this at a nice rolling boil, but don't wander off. That's why I'm staying very, very close right now. Okay? Again, you can use spring-loaded tongs. I didn't say you were the perfect cook. I'm saying you can. It just depends on how much of the knowledge you want to cross over. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? My glasses are fogging. Because a lot of the knowledge will cross over. Getting awfully close. With help? Hey, we all got to start somewhere, okay? Doesn't matter if you got help or not. Hey, there's nothing wrong with having help. Occasionally, I don't mind having an assistant every now and again. All right. Now, we're going to make a few minor adjustments so you guys can see where I'm working. Over here, we're going to set into a clean sink our colander. In just a moment, we're going to be draining this off. And once it drains, please note, I will not be rinsing the pasta. Unless you're going to refrigerate it, then I would definitely recommend it. But other than that, you do not need to rinse the pasta. It'll make things a little bit easier when we go to apply the extra virgin olive oil. Okay? Now, into the bottom of our bowl, we're going to put our crushed and chopped up garlic. Okay? Just like that. It's going to be ridiculously easy. That smells wonderful. Wonderful. We're still working on that smell-o-vision right here on the Prince Magnum channel. We're just not there yet. All right. Our pasta should be done. It's going to be amazing. And please, you'll note how this, warm, very hot. Again. That is perfect. Okay? Please note, I did not smash it under a table leg. I did not throw it against a wall. I didn't use a Ouija board or a crystal ball. Exactly what... Please be very careful. This is very, very hot. Okay? If you are not careful, all I can say is burn ward. There we go. And once our pasta is drained, and bring it over, dump it right on top of the garlic. Just like that. Okay? But we're not done yet. We'll turn it over right like that. Move everything out of your way. Grab your spoon. Extra virgin olive oil. Okay? That doesn't want to open. You son of a gun. There's always that one thing in the live stream that makes it interesting, to say the least. Okay, we got the top off. Gently. Okay? Pour on. Oh, goodness. Just like that. Don't go crazy. Okay? A little bit goes a long ways. You're going to lightly stir. Lightly stir. You want this to take on a shine like you just waxed your car, okay? Just like that, okay? Just like that. And there's plenty of heat just left over from the spaghetti to cook your pasta, well, to cook that garlic all the way through, okay? Just like that. Just like that. Wonderful. Please note, there it is. Please note, we didn't overdress. You can add a little bit more, or you could leave out a little bit. But you guys get the general idea. The only thing you need now is a bowl, plate, and a fork, right? Now, I already hear some of you saying, what about other stuff you could put in with this? Okay, hang on a second. Where's mine? All righty. I don't want to eat too much because I want to enjoy lots and lots with my beautiful, gorgeous wife. So I'll just put a little bit in, show you exactly what I'm talking about. Again, toppings are very simple from here, okay? You don't need nothing fancy. Again, you could get the imitation Parmesan or grate up the real stuff, okay? So I'm going to add that in right now. How's Zelda? She's doing good. She's roaming around here. She's been playing hidey hole in her favorite spot here in the apartment. Imitation bacon bits, totally fine right now. Totally fine, okay? Any one of those. Or if you even want, you can put on some cilantro or maybe even some parsley. And of course, my personal favorite, fresh ground black pepper. And that's dinner. It doesn't get any easier than that. What else could we have put on here? Toasted almonds, toasted slivered almonds, you know. Where are you seeing a spider? Are you messing with me again? I am doing fantabulous. And again, all you need from here. It's easy as falling off a log. Now that's what I call, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. And my wife gets to come home to a dinner like this. So, again, if they're worth it, you'll do it. Y'all have heard me say that a million times over. Now, what goes great with a dish like this? Well, for those of you who can enjoy alcohol, a glass of red wine would be appropriate at this time. If you're me, I've got a mocha flavored coffee that I can actually sweeten ever so slightly with my vanilla syrup. Perfectly fine. Hot or cold, that's perfect. Right next to it. Shoot, even a glass of water is appropriate. Depends on what you like. But it is an easy dinner for two. On top of that, all you need from here is a couple of candles lit and the lights turned down low and your sweetheart right across from you. Can't beat that. To me, this is where doing something as simple as this, that's where romance starts, you know, the idea of romance starts hitting the pavement, okay? And again, it's ridiculously easy. How could you not want to do something like this? It's so much fun, too. All right, let's move into the office and let's talk about some other ideas we can do for cooking streams. Obviously, we've got some Sunnies in here, and I think it's about high time we start talking, Sunnies. We start talking about doing those neat little those neat little videos and streams, doing dinner, doing dinners out of Dollar Tree because the challenge is on. Okay, I want to see what you guys can do too. And any Sunny can name my dollar limit. Obviously, 5, 10, whatever. You guys don't go less than 5 on me. Don't do that to me. I don't know if I could pull that off. Okay. And I mean, honestly, it's high time we show the world what us Sunnies can do. We could do. I know we're crafty people. Okay. So the challenge is on. All right. $5. I'd say we do a $10 challenge and to start with. But you guys, let's see what y'all got. Is that coffee available in the UK? I don't know, to be honest with you, Mike G. I can tell you how to make your own vanilla flavored syrup sometime. That's definitely something that we'll have to do again. We'll have to do that where I show you guys how to make a vanilla flavored syrup. And I can also show you guys how to do your own homemade chocolate syrup if you wanted. Totally on the menu. Again, yeah, and I'm always open for a cooking challenge. Always open for a cooking challenge. Wonderful. And again, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. My wife gets to come home to a nice home cooked meal, and it didn't take a whole lot of thought. It just took a little bit of effort, and my wife deserves it. I mean, I married her for a reason. I love her more than she can imagine, So to me, doing something like this for a wife that's at work right now, coming home. Oh, you have a challenge for me? Let me see what you got. What you got, TFZ? I'm curious. Got a challenge for me. And he seems pretty excited, so I'm curious. But I could show you guys, yeah, we could totally do that. Oh, food's amazing tonight. Strawberry Pavlon. I've never done it. I'm going to have to look up how to make it now because I've never done it. But I think I'll learn. I can learn. I'd be glad to try it. What's worse can happen? The recipe go bad and then you got to order out for pizza? I've had that happen before. Oh my gosh, I've had that happen. I've had it happen. It sucks when it happens, but it does happen from time to time. And for the record, Solid Gold Real Estate for cooking streams doing biscuits and gravy here in the United States. You want to see people go berserk, do a biscuit and gravy episode, I promise you, everybody and their brother will be in that live stream. That brings to mind a real funny joke. Princess Faye and I were going, I forgot what we were doing. We were going somewhere and I purposely acted like I was aggravated because 2 vehicles passed by. I said, gosh dang it. I said, no vehicles whatsoever till I get to this intersection. Then everybody and their brother has to come. She said there was two vehicles. I said, yeah, everybody went that way and their brother went that way. That's two people. How do you know that guy's name isn't everybody? And she's like, oh my God. She said, you got me there. I might have to try that strawberry pavlov. But anyhow, a million things going through my head. So again, this is an amazing dish. And again, Princess Faye gets to come home to it. I've done this several times, and this is the stream that I've been dying to do. And I've kind of done it before, but not quite like this. So to me, this was just, I've been itching to do this one. And sometime I'm also going to have to do homemade bread. Yeah, Ian, baking. Ian's always trying to get me to bake a cake. Oh, really? Now I'm going to have to try. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to try. I mean, if I could do sushi, I could probably do that. Sushi's not that easy. Which Jamie has actually seen my sushi video and thought it was neat. She's like, "Yeah, you got it right." Again, I love to cook. I love to cook for my wife, and my spaghetti's almost gone. Frowny face. We've done homemade risotto on here. Let's see. We did fish and chips, which Ian got on to me. There you go. Now you got me thinking. I'm gonna have to try it. I'll try it. And I lost the video footage, but I was going to show you guys how to make a really awesome strawberry bread pudding, and that was really good. As a matter of fact, I made it, went into work and was describing it, and everyone looked at me and said, "You are a jerk." Actually, one of my lady coworkers looked right at me and said, "You're an asshole." I said, "Why am I an asshole?" She said, "Because you made strawberry bread pudding, which sounds absolutely wonderful, and you didn't bring me any." I said, "You didn't ask." "I didn't know you were making it, you jerk." I'm like, oh God. Which the joke is at work, "What did you cook yesterday?" Well, I didn't cook anything. I just, threw something in the microwave or something. I don't cook every day, but I do enjoy it when I do. And we didn't do a cooking stream this past week. We didn't do a whole lot in the way of cooking. So I thought it would be a good idea to, kind of get out there, to do one and kind of hopefully inspire some of you guys, because I know this has also been a thing where a lot of people, again, have brought up, simple dinners and things like that. And this is an easy one, dinner for two. Oh, for the record, for all of my fellow Sunnies, anytime that the challenge is on, I have to automatically add that for two. So I had automatically have to, because all the cooking stuff is tied in with surviving romance. That's where all the cooking stuff usually slides into. So I have to double my challenge. Or you guys can throw in the kids too. I can, do enough romance, you end up with kids, right? Oh. So, what do you guys think? Pretty neat? Yeah, real easy. And this is the type of stuff I like doing. I like doing the dinner for two. I love doing it. So much fun. Well, I say it's about time we have a cigarette. And again, you guys got any other cooking suggestions? And I know Ian's probably going to bring up baking a cake, dude. Princess Faye is going to kill me. She will just like slay me, okay? Slay me. Love that guy. I love that guy. Oh, I love doing dinner for two. Dinner for two is so much fun. And I love the challenge of simple, easy dinner for two with your sweetheart. The only way this would be better, and unfortunately I got to freaking work tomorrow, is after she comes home and has dinner. The only way it would be even better is if we went to go out stargazing. Oh my goodness, y'all were asking about her. Ian, you ornery cuz. Oh my gosh. He swears up and down I burned a fishy. I love that guy. I'm telling you, you all should have a guy like Ian around. There's no one like him on this earth. I'm grateful that he's one of us. And as a matter of fact, the gentleman that when we were at the drag strip yesterday, no, I'm sorry, day before, when we were over at the drag strip, when I was telling that gentleman that I wanted to, talk to him on camera and why, that we were live, when I was explaining it to him that Ian is actually a veteran of Her Majesty's Royal Marine Corps, he's like, really? On camera right now? I said, yeah, in my live stream right now. We're live streaming this event, and he's like, wow. He's like, that is amazing. And that's why he said on to the camera, and I don't know if y'all could hear it. He said, "I love our veterans," because he himself is a Vietnam veteran. So it was really exciting to be able to, So when I told him that, we have veterans from around the world that watched, he got really excited. He got really excited. He thought that was the neatest thing ever. So again, cooking. Okay, homemade pizza. Okay. We got homemade pizza. We got strawberry pavlon. What else we got? Come on, come on. What else you guys want? Come on, give me some ideas. Because I could do I could do this. I could do this. Zelda, whatever you're about to get into, it isn't going to be good. I love that kitten. What else? What else you guys thinking? I might also have to do. We could do homemade ice cream. We've done homemade ice cream. We'll do it again though. I'll get a recipe. I got it. Homemade frozen custard, which is kind of like ice cream, but with a few minor differences. Is that what you guys want? Something homemade like that? We could do it. We can do it. Oh, yes. Which homemade custards, a lot of times, that goes into the category. Sometimes it's also called Philadelphia ice cream. Frozen custard. Sometimes it's called Philadelphia ice cream, if I remember correctly. And there's some amazing custard shops around here. I love frozen custard. It's amazing. Got a wonderful mouthfeel. Wonderful. We have done. We had some troubles, but we did do a a lime sorbet, and we did get it to set finally. But it happened off camera. What evidently I did wrong. Nobody gets it right on their first time. That's why I'll do it off camera first and learn from my mistakes from there. You know, a lot of times you guys don't see the experimental stuff. You guys don't always see the experimental stuff. Um, That's just one of those things. Weather, like I said, I wanted to get out here, but with power tools and the way the weather is, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I'll give you an idea. It's been raining over here like crazy. It started a while ago, and it just started coming down. Matter of fact, there for a little while, the lights were flickering and everything, and I was like, "Oh boy, oh boy." So I was glad to be able to get this stream out and to do this live stream because I was actually worried. Stew and dumplings. Um, I got a funny feeling that's probably very similar. You'll have to explain to me because buy two of everything. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Stew and dumplings. That sounds like it. I know here in the United States we have a chicken and dumplings, which is amazing. But if it's a little bit different than what I'm thinking, you might have to um, holler at me in the Discord. Holler at me in Discord and explain it to me, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I do need to get with you and find out some more dishes from Jolly England, jolly old England, because here in the U.S. there's a horrible, horrible joke that you sometimes hear uh, over here in the United States that England boils everything and things like that, and that's not true. England does have some amazing dishes, and I will say, their fish and chips, absolutely amazing. They'll do it 1,000 times better than us here in the States, and you know, come on, they gave us cheddar cheese. What more do you need? But come on, really, you know. By the way, Ian, I don't know if you had a chance to look at it. I sent you something left over from the World Wars uh, in um, in Discord. I sent you something, and I thought you might get a kick out of it because that's actually the guy who was in that video. He initially did that song during the First World War, and when the Second World War came about, when the United States got involved in that in the Second World War, uh, that guy came out and reprised his role where he did that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I came across it years ago um, on this old DVD, and I thought, man, I need to find the full length version of that song. Just thought it was really neat. Just really thought it was neat and thought you might like that. So that's why I sent that to you if you hadn't seen it yet. But it's something left over from the World Wars. I come across stuff like that all the time, and I'll send it out to different people. I'll come across stuff like that left over from the World Wars, and I always think that keeping the history alive and well, is always important. Um, and oftentimes here in the United States, we get hung up on chocolate milkshake. I don't know. We might have to try. Um, might have to look into what I might need for that. I may not have all of the tools for it. I know I could probably make it. I know I can make all the ingredients or get it easy, but getting all of the and making sure I have all the tools, that's where it gets kind of dicey. So I'll have to look into that. I imagine all I need is a good blender, which we have. So we should be okay. I'll have to double check on that. So let's see what else. What else have we got? I'm noticing a dessert theme starting to come out of y'all. A dessert theme, which I like. I love good desserts. Of course, I might have to look into some desserts that kind of cross the cultural lines. Um, might have to. I need to load that video that I made last year, but I've never bothered to post it. And last year I did a kebab uh, video, but I've just never bothered to load it. Just haven't. And it was good. And of course, Princess Faye loved it. So I may have to load that one. Love doing kebabs every now and again. And matter of fact, right behind me, charcoal grill, which that's kind of a funny story in itself. Of course, weather hasn't been very is intolerable for a charcoal grill right now. One of them things. So, what else you guys got? What else you guys got? Obviously, y'all are thinking, what else can we get him to do? Again, I love to cook. I love to cook, and this is the wind down time. Enjoy. Not this stream, and we don't want them in. You guys are in charge of all that. There's enough in here that you guys can do that. So again, to all of my friends in the Sunnies, the challenge is on. Okay, I want a Dollar Tree challenge. You guys name the price. No less than $5, obviously, but $5 and up. However you want to do it from there. That's the challenge. And of course, I'm going to throw in that. I'll have to do it like the dinner for two. But you guys know the challenge is on. Let's see what we can come up with. Collab time. Okay. Shoot, even name an ingredient that has to be used, okay, to some degree. Kind of like a base, for the ingredients. You want it to be a rice episode, a pasta episode, or whatever. We'll make it interesting. We'll make it interesting. That's for sure. Again, I love to cook. I love to cook. And Ian, you brought up a good point. A banana episode. Interesting. What type of bananas? Because here in the U.S., where I live, you get two different kinds. They're starting to bring your typical, normal, everyday banana that everyone thinks about. And then you can also get plantains now, which is still a banana. Should I work with plantains, maybe? I've never heard of monkey bread. I have never heard of that. You guys want it? I know what you got, banana nut bread, maybe. That's quick bread, kind of like muffins. Always an excellent choice. Or I could even see about making a banana flavored ice cream. We got that ice cream maker in there now. I've been dying for another ice cream episode. We did and of course, we did that. Oh my gosh, we did that ice cream cake. Ian, you still got your cake, but without baking. It was good, dude. Banana milkshake, interesting. Have to turn that into an ice cream first. What I'm thinking. Sweet but good. Oh, okay, now you got my attention. Now I'm gonna have to figure all this out. You guys are giving me great ideas for cooking episodes. And again, good food, with your sweetheart, nothing like it. Nothing like it in the world, okay? I'm telling you. The only way that this dinner could even be better is afterwards if we went out for a nice long drive. Of course, the weather will say otherwise and go stargazing. Now, when you do stargazing, the secret, 5-minute fudge, that's another one. I haven't tried to do fudge yet. Again, some of the baking stuff I'm not allowed to do, so kind of a heads up. There's only a limit to what Princess Faye will allow me to do. And it's not that she doesn't. Basically, the joke is baking is the last area of the kitchen I haven't fully taken over yet. There's also, I got to look around, but I think there's, Mom made that fudge cake. Fudge cake. Mike. Is that a thing? Fudge cake? Ian, you're awesome. Oh my gosh. That's what's up. All right. Unless it's like our brownies. Might be similar to our brownies. But Princess Faye usually keeps me out of the baking dessert department. She doesn't let me do much in the way of the desserts. Which we had a problem. If you guys remember, we ended up having, let me finish this and I'm going to show you guys. You remember when we had the problem getting the sorbet to set? I figured out what I did wrong. I didn't have the mixture cold enough. We rushed it. I didn't have it cold enough. That was the problem. Now I've never heard of it, but it sounds like I think I know where you guys are going with that, and I might have to, now you guys send me the recipe through Discord because I think I know what it is here in the States. It might be the same, but send me the recipe so I can look at it so I'll know what I'm dealing with. And it's perfectly okay if the recipe's in metrics because it just doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if it's in metrics. I'll do the footwork on that. You guys over there in England evidently have some really awesome dishes. And Ian, you asked about an off the chain makeup live. Which one were you thinking? Well, you got to understand here in the United States, it might be the same dish, but it's named differently. And I've had a lot of different foods over the years, so it's one of those things. I've never heard of fudge cake because I've never heard of it, but it doesn't mean I haven't had it. Okay, because here in the United States, what it might be similar to is like either regular fudge. It's just, layers of it or whatever. Or it could even be something along the lines of, like our brownies, okay? It could be the same thing or it could be different. It's one of those things. It does sound amazing. It does sound amazing. Sounds really good because I love a good fudge. I love me a fudge. All right. Now, real quick. We did have that whole thing with the sorbet, and I figured out what was wrong. Let me make sure that all paws are accounted for. Oh, no. Good thing. Come here, you. Are you going in? Here. And no live stream here on the Prince Magnum is without Zelda. Okay, so it is something totally different. See, I'm learning things. You Henri cuss. Henri, I wouldn't have you guys any other way. But real quick, we did have that whole thing where we were having a hard time getting the sorbet to set. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, we might have ate it already. Nope, right there. That's the sorbet. It did set, finally. I figured out what I did wrong. The mixture was still a little too warm, and I thought that this would actually would still be cold enough to set it, but it wasn't. So we ran into that problem. I love you guys. Ooh, I'm scared of the dark. Somebody hold me. I can learn how to cook, and I don't mind learning different cultures and things like that. I don't mind it at all. It's a lot of fun learning what other cultures do for their foods. As a matter of fact, I've been wanting to learn more south of the border stuff as well, like ceviche and different recipes like that. Okay. So that is something that I'm, looking forward to. Teach me the ways. All righty. I don't know. I think since we streamed earlier today, we'll probably shut it down a little early today, just a little. Mainly so I can holler at the rest of the Sunnies and see what they've got in mind. Because obviously, I sparked the right thinking where everyone's like, let's do something. Let's do a Dollar Tree challenge or something to that effect. I think I've got them thinking, and for the record, right now, for those of you who do not know, Dollar Tree challenges, Dollar Tree cooking like that, that's solid gold real estate here on YouTube. That is a very popular one for whatever reason. It's just one of those things that everybody really wants to do it. And myself personally, I'm beginning to notice that, the cheap, easy cooking is what everybody's after. Like one day I did like this real easy, breakfast bagel sandwich video, and people went nuts for it and really enjoyed it. I think it finally, after about a week, it was in the hundreds. Um, I know my hot chocolate recipe was like huge. Making your own homemade hot chocolate mix, that was huge. A lot of people love that one. I know Gavin John, that's one of his favorites. He enjoyed that because I got to do a little bit of acting on the camera and everything. So that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and we had a good time. We had a real good time making that. I had a real good time making that video, which that reminds me, I've got some hot chocolate mix that we didn't use it all, so I gotta dump it out. Sad face. Anyhow, so okay, Mike G, you rest up. You rest up. Hey, it's one of those things. Again, I do want to learn more recipes that you guys got over there in England. I do want to learn more of those. I've got it, like I said, I've gotten my hands on a couple of them, and we've enjoyed them, but I want to learn more. You guys got some. You rest up, Mike, and you stay safe yourself. We think the world of you. See, and tonight I even learned a little something. So, oh, hi, Galaxy, you coming in to join me? Come in and join me. Yeah. Now, tomorrow we will not be streaming. We will not be streaming tomorrow. So Ian, here just shortly, I'm going to turn back on and see how long I'm going to try and get Fortnite downloaded. Because I'd like to join you guys tomorrow. I'll probably get my butt handed to me. That's just the nature of me learning. Yeah, Fluffy Tail. It's Galaxy. Here, Galaxy, can you want to pop on the camera? Look at those beautiful eyes. Isn't she adorable? Isn't she adorable? Beautiful black cat. She doesn't like being held too long. Any cuddles and pets has to be on her. Has to be on her. Her terms. That's the way Galaxy is. And Galaxy, here in the United States, yeah, I know you guys playing teams. I've watched Ian stream this, and let me say, that face, I know. She's a beautiful cat, beautiful, just gorgeous. I love black cats because they come with their own little black dress or their own personal black tuxedo. And look at that face. She's gorgeous. I know you don't like all those cuddles. Everything has to happen on your terms. Your terms, sweetie. You're getting your fur in my nose. Yeah, everything happens on her terms, and that's just the way it is. But yes, I was thinking about that. I want to join you guys, and yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful cat. And she's just absolutely amazing. And nah, she don't mind cuddles. It just has to be on her terms and her terms only. That's just the way Galaxy is. No, she doesn't shed. She just stuck her tail in my face, and it was like I inhaled fur, you know. Beautiful cat though. Beautiful. Always like black cats. Always pretty. But the reason why Galaxy, she gets so hot so easy. We have to keep the apartment ice cold for her because she gets so hot so easy. Because of the black fur. Yep, tail slap. But she's a gorgeous, gorgeous cat. And of course, we got little Zelda, and of course, big old Taver. Careful, careful, sweetie. You want to see gracefulness on a leap? Right here. Absolutely graceful. Oh, she purring now. Look at that. Beautiful cat. I know how there's some people here in the United States that are so superstitious they'll go out of their way to hurt a black cat. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, she's right, right. TFZ Gaming, you nailed it. But yes, there's nothing, I don't know how anybody can hurt, one of these majestic. They're just so majestic and beautiful. I love cats. They're so much fun. And Galaxy, um, I don't know how anybody could want to hurt a black cat. They're just so beautiful. Look at that face. You guys can tell I'm really happy. I enjoy Galaxy. She's my buddy. Taver's my big buddy. Taver's a big boy. Galaxy, this is about as big as she's gonna get. She's not gonna get any bigger. And she that's just her thing. She's not gonna get very big. This right now is the most she's ever let me hold her like this. She is purring hard. She's really happy right now. She like scratches behind the ears. Ooh. I feel good. I feel good. There we go. Scratches under the neck. She loves that too. Not quite a kitten, but it's dang good. All righty. So tomorrow we will not be streaming. We got our stream in. We did one earlier today. You are shedding right now. I'm gonna take the brush to you, sweetie. Yeah. Right. Those eyes, yeah, she beautiful cat. Princess Faye for the longest time had this picture of Galaxy of where she was when she was a kitten, and everybody's like, there's no way that is real because she had these big blue eyes as a kitten, these big blue eyes. And of all the things, it's like, no, that really is real. That's our cat. We're like, oh my God, she's cute. We got her. She had some serious eye allergies going on, but she outgrew that pretty quick. I think it had a lot to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, right. I keep saying that that Galaxy here. Um, I've made this one video that I've never released. called Galaxy Destroyer, the Destroyer. Basically, I'd have to show it to you guys, but you wouldn't believe me. It's more funny than anything, right? Oh, don't let her fool you. Oh, but anyhow, all right. So that does bring us to a good stopping point. Again, I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming. We'll be back on Wednesday. Um, Again, we're moving the days around to kind of work with Fortnite Tuesday for Ian because I'd like to join it and hang out with you guys. It'd be a lot of fun. Be an awful lot of fun. Careful, Galaxy. Don't get tangled up. Oh, her so cute. You guys have a tail in your faces. All right. As usual, I don't know what we'll be doing Wednesday, but sometime this week we may be shooting paint on that bicycle. Trying out the spray gun, learning all the ins and outs of that. So we'll be definitely doing that later this week. So that does bring us to a good stopping point where I get to say to all of you, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you. Make sure you say bye. Say bye.